Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Anastasia. Welcome everybody. Today I am building something very unusual for me. I will try to work with a ceiling and I'm gonna cascade my balloon garland from the ceiling all the way down, maybe kind of going into like half wall. We'll see how that's going to work out. I always have something in my mind pictured differently and something will come up totally and absolutely different. We'll see how I will make that happen. I will be going into the under the sea theme. Everything will be linked and listed in the description under the video. I know for sure that I will be using a whole bunch of balloons from Lauderdale Paper and Balloon Company. If you would like to purchase anything from Lauderdale Paper and Balloon Company, you can always use my code Anastasia10 for 10% off at checkout. This is an affiliate code and it's totally up to you if you want to use it or not. This code is valid only if you're a new customer to Lauderdale Paper and Balloon Company and only for your first purchase. All right, without any further ado, let's go. By the way, you guys, I am not staying in this room. I need to grab everything that I need, transport all the lights, all the supplies to my family room, and then we'll proceed with this balloon garland slash balloon wall. Who knows how that's going to look? We'll see. It's a total experiment for me. And yeah, let's go transport ourselves into a different room. Here, let's build this. Let's quickly run through all of the balloons that I have here. I have more than just balloons. I have garlands, I have nettings, I have a whole bunch of cool stuff. So we're starting with balloons, Qualitix balloons. I have pale blue. I have no idea how to pronounce this color, but this color is 11-inch pale blue in 11 and 16. Then I decided to include a little bit of color. We'll see if I'll use these. This is coral and pearl mint in green 5-inch. I have some clear balloons, bubble balloons, these sea star balloons, seahorses, nettings, crabs. I can't remember what this is, but something sea-like. And right here, I have this bubble garland. And this is the place where I will be constructing everything and placing everything. So these are the hooks over there that I placed for 2 garlands that I made for my mom's and dad's wedding anniversary. Like 2 weeks ago, I finally took them down and I decided to keep these hooks for today's video. I used 1/2 pound command hooks. I still have suction cups hooks and I will test those out as well. I'm excited to see if they will work. I want to try to kind of like cascade the balloon garland from here, maybe close as much as I can this TV. I know you hate my TV, but well, I can't do nothing about it. I live here, right? Maybe put something on my fireplace, maybe cascade something from this side. We'll see. All ready to inflate my balloons. I am using my electric balloon pump from Lauderdale Paper and Balloon Company. The name of this pump is Zoom. Here is what I'm doing. I am starting with pale blue 11-inch balloons. I am taking 2 balloons and inflating them into different sizes. My first pair of balloons will look like, one bigger, one smaller. Keep on inflating and playing around with sizing. You can inflate them to same sizes, smaller sizes, whatever you want to do. Now, this next step is optional. If you will overinflate your balloons with air, this next step won't help. Inflate them a little bit less, or if you overinflated, let some air out. And then if you want your balloons to look a little bit more rounder, then press them against the floor to give them more rounder shape. Crisscross your balloons, bring your tails up and tie them into a knot to create a pair like this. I won't be playing around with different sizes with my 16-inch balloons. I will leave my 16 as 16 and I will be basically playing around with sizes with my 11-inch balloons. One more thing, you guys, one more thing. I will be including 16-inch balloons with my 11-inch into pairs, just to keep my pairs and clusters very interesting and all over the place. trying to tie pairs of my balloons pretty close together because it will benefit me when I will be clustering my pairs together, because I want my clusters to be tight together and it would look so much nicer. Let me quickly show you how I deal with my 16-inch balloons, because sometimes, not all of those 16-inch balloons, but sometimes they can blow more than usual into that pear elongated shape. Even though you're not overinflating them, they still look a little too elongated. So I'm taking my 16-inch balloon, putting on my nozzle, and while inflating, I am pressing my balloon down to help my balloon stretch sideways, not going upwards. This is how this balloon looks after I applied pressure on top. Let me show you a comparison. I'm not applying pressure on this one. You can clearly see the difference, right? This one is much more elongated than this one. I like this one better. I am trying to apply pressure to every single 16-inch balloon. Let's try pressing it down on the floor to see if we can... We fixed it a little bit, but this one looks a lot rounder than this one. Let's cluster this pile of balloons. I am done blowing this color for now. I can always inflate more. I am taking two different sizes pair of balloons and I am really intertwining them together. Make sure you intertwine them really nicely together, because you don't want your cluster to untangle and balloons just fly in different directions, and you want your cluster to be nice and packed together. All right, grabbing third pair, adding that in, and one more, and adding that in to create something like this. It's looking very good. Keep on clustering. These darker blue balloons, I want to make smaller clusters as well, just to keep them as a filler later on. So I'm taking two smaller size pair of balloons and I am clustering them into quads to create something like this. My blue balloon garland, I really want to include bubbles or clear balloons like these. Let me show you how I make them. So take a balloon, inflate. Don't inflate your 5-inch balloons too big. Tie a knot. Taking this tail pointing upwards, taking two fingers and squishing this balloon in half, just like this, and twist. Okay, now taking this tail over here and wrapping in the middle. And here you have two smaller size balloons. Inflating another one. The smaller you will inflate your 5-inch balloon, the smaller bubbles you will get out of the balloon. Tail up top, squishing, twisting, tail, and wrap. Okay, taking these two together and pairing them together into a quad like this. I'll be making a lot of these. Time to start building our balloon garlands. So I am mainly working with my lighter blue balloons. I'm taking two different sizes clusters. I am reaching in and finding the longest neck of my cluster, reaching into my second cluster and doing exactly the same thing, looking, searching for that longest neck in my cluster, grabbing those two necks and tying my clusters together, or joining my clusters together by these necks. And you will have something like this. These two necks will hold your clusters very nice and snug together. I like this method because you don't have to use any types of string, any 260s. It's just a nice technique not to use a whole bunch of supplies, right? I will be using 260s balloons to fill in spaces on my balloon garland, but that I will explain a little bit later. Taking 260s balloons, you can take any other string and tie your balloon garland to one of the hooks on your ceiling. Now I would like to test out that suction cup hook. These are the hooks that I bought from Amazon, clear suction cup hooks. I've removed the hook and I squished the bottom of this hook just like this, inserted these hooks through the top hole on my suction cup. Just wiggle around to make sure your hooks will sit in place. And this is how I am planning to attach these hooks and tie my balloon garland. So the hook will go up like this. And now I have this hanging hook to hook it on with my 260s or whatever string I will be using. I am slowly pressing this hook against my ceiling to get the suction. It's not working. All right. It worked on the wall though. I don't know why it's not working on the ceiling.
Because the wall is a different paint. The wall is like eggshell and the ceiling is flat.
I guess you can hear that, right? So wrong paint. I guess eggshell will give you more suction than this paint on the ceiling. So yep, not working, so I'm still using my command hook. One more thing, you guys, I've learned the hard way because I took off paint from my ceiling while I was placing these command hooks. I love command hooks, but you need to work with them smart. So I tied my previous balloon garlands on these command hooks with 260s, and I pulled on my 260s way too hard. I stretched them so hard that they were putting a lot of tension between my garland and my command hook. And obviously it pulled my command hook off my ceiling, and command hook took off paint from my ceiling. So that wasn't pretty. I told my husband, he said, oh well, you've done that before, which I did. Instead of using 260, use fishing line, any other string to connect your garland to your command hooks. Just to be safe, be careful with putting tension between your command hook and your balloon garlands. I want to add some support to the middle of my balloon garland because there's no support, literally, and I will be adding more balloons, and I want my middle not to fall down and lose the shape of my balloon garland. So I will be taking a command hook, I will be going behind my TV, and I will be taking fishing line, wrapping my fishing line around my balloon garland and tying the fishing line to my glued command hook in the back of my TV. That's what I'm planning, at least for now. The bottom of my balloon garland, I took 260s, wrapped 260s around the bottom of my balloon garland and pushed those ends of my 260s under the leg of my sofa. Not the best, but I mean, I gotta do what I gotta do, right? If you have a wall, if you have anything that can be useful to attach your balloon garland to, go ahead, do it. If you even want, you can put a suction cup. Actually, we'll try that to the floor and try securing your balloon garland on the floor with that suction cup in 260s, or command hook will work as well. Tried these on the floor, they do not work. And now fun part begins. We are starting to build our balloon garland and fill in spaces and work on the whole arrangement, sort of a thing. So now I want to build up this part of this balloon garland just a little more. I want to add a few clusters here and there just to give more at the bottom of this balloon garland by using 260s, or you guys, or we can absolutely use the necks of our clusters, reaching in, tying them together. The easier way is to take 260s, tie it to the cluster. I like to double knot my 260s around my clusters because that way I will be sure that my 260s won't slip and go places. So I'm taking my 260 and starting to wrap this portion of my garland, this little cluster, to the main garland. Around balloons, all the way to the garland again, and back to tie this whole thing in a knot. And this part that I'm about to do, inflating all of my foiled balloons, will take me the longest probably because I am using my hand pump. I've been using hand pump for my foiled orbs self-sealing balloons for quite a while now. The reason is when you will be using a warm electric balloon pump, you can melt that plastic insert that all of the self-sealing balloons have, and balloons will start deflating little by little, and you can't do basically nothing about that. Your balloons will be ruined. That's what I noticed about my self-sealing balloons, and since then I started using my hand pump. It will take a little bit longer, but I will be sure that my balloons will be okay. This is so funny. It's so cute at the same time. I love the eyes. They're like popping out completely. These are so pretty. Love them so much. This fish is very pretty as well. Again, popped out eyes. Love that. But I just love how vibrant this fish is. And they look awesome. This crab is inflatable, not the balloon. So... and it's a pretty cute one. It's not too big. It's gonna be pretty small. Cute. I like it. Oh, this is so cute. This is like so translucent. I love it. Electric balloon pump works on inflatables, so I will be using my electric balloon pump for the rest of the inflatables. I want to start filling in spaces with my darker blue balloons. I'm taking 260s balloons, one end to one cluster and one end to the other cluster. This way I can apply two clusters at the same time with my 260s by wrapping this 260 around the balloons in my garland and place these two clusters together at once. Attach my clear clusters, I am using 260s. I cut my 260s in half just because I don't need that much stretch from 260s. I am taking one end and tying to my cluster, grabbing another cluster or quad and tying my other end to my second quad. With these balloons, they are not as slippy as other balloons, so you can really intertwine your 260 between the balloons and it will hold and not go anywhere. So I'm taking this 260 to my garland and weaving this 260 into my garland. To insert a couple or a few bubble balloons into my balloon garland, I will be using my electric balloon pump. If you will see uneven sides on your balloon, don't stop. Wait a little bit, wait for the balloon to stretch a little bit and inflate a little bit more. Keep inflating until your size will even out. Also, to help stretch your balloon, you can stretch your balloon like this, here and there, and then start inflating. These bubble balloons, they can inflate larger than the actual size. You just need to take it easy and inflate them little by little. Inflate, wait for the balloon to stretch a little bit, add more air, wait, add more air, so on and so on until you reach the desirable size that you want out of these balloons. You can also inflate these balloons smaller than the actual size. So this is the same size balloon, but I inflated these two into different sizes. Here is how I will be attaching my bubble balloons to my balloon garland. Bubbles balloons, they don't really stick to glue dots, even glue dashes. It's very hard because they are very glossy and it just does not work. So I will be using rubber bands. I am folding my rubber band in half, wrapping my bubble balloon with that rubber band, grabbing one of the loops on my rubber band, fitting the rest of the rubber band through that loop, and pulling on that just fed rubber band to create one big loop. Now I can loop this rubber band loop over one of the balloons on my garland, and that's how I will be attaching these. You can absolutely use 260s to do this. Just tie your 260 to your balloon and wrap around your balloon garland will work the same. I feel like this is a lot faster and easier. Whole bunch of pearl mint green 5-inch balloons individually, and I want to include them into my balloon garland. I feel like these balloons, this color, will wake up this balloon garland just a tiny bit and give something more sea-like to this balloon garland. I will be using, like usual, my glue dashes, and let's just go around the balloon garland and see what's gonna look best and where we can place them. This is what I have for you guys today. This is my under the sea balloon garland setup. I hope it was helpful and inspiring. I am loving all the colors. I love this mint pearl color. Definitely woke the whole balloon garland up. I love all the creatures, all of the little bubbles and big bubbles. I am loving the whole thing. I love all the details. This netting I attached with my command hooks to my ceiling, 1, 2, and one more command hook behind the TV to hold this net, and one more command hook to hold the balloon garland. So total command hooks I used for this setup was 4. I absolutely love this section of my balloon garland. These bubble garlands over here, I love them so much. I literally pressed my bubbles between my balloons and they do hold very well. They don't slip out. You can absolutely use glue dots, glue dashes to glue them down to your balloons or literally tie them around your balloons. I played with the lengths of these garlands, just, you know, gathering all the bubbles that I don't need and pressing them between my balloons. You can absolutely cut them down. I didn't want to mess with scissors with these garlands, so I left them as is. I would suggest to use more glue dots on your inflatables because they are heavier than your regular balloon and they have a higher chance of falling down. I left this balloon garland overnight and this is Sea Star fell. That's the only item that fell from this balloon garland. You guys, when I tell you glue dashes are the best glue dots that I've ever tried, I mean it. Everything stayed on its places. Only this one fell because, you know, I didn't attach it too well. So I added one extra glue dash right here and it holds pretty well. Other than that, you guys, I constructed this whole thing with the necks of clusters. I used 260s to attach extra clusters, a few glue dots for my individual balloons and my sea creatures, and some rubber bands to attach my bubble balloons. That's all I used for this setup, and I am very satisfied with the final balloon garland. This is definitely hands down one of my favorite balloon garlands, just because it's so much fun and it's so fun to look at. I will leave this in my family room probably for quite a while. Everything will be linked and listed in the description under the video. One more thing about balloon count. I will give you the balloon count in the description under this video. If you won't be able to find the balloon count in the description under this video, go check out comment sections. I need to include so many links in the description under the video that I don't have room to list all the balloon counts. So instead, I will be going to comment section and commenting there and pinning my comment to the very top so everyone can see. All right. I hope you enjoyed this video. A few pictures will be at the end of this video. This is it, you guys. This is what I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful and inspiring. If it was, like usual, you guys, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Your thumbs up, they do really help. If you have any additional questions, please leave them in the comment section below. I will try my best to help you out to the best of my abilities. If you're new here, what are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button for more videos and great ideas. And I hope you'll have a wonderful day, and I will see you back very soon. Bye.